Hello, Game of Life 8. These are the directions for the Brainstorming Business Ideas assignment. So, you're going to be looking for that assignment on Google Classroom, same name, under Unit 2, Week 5. I scroll way down. You'll find it. It should be the second one. There we go. So, let me get that open. Because everything I like to do is in parts, we have two parts for this. So, the first part, if you look up here, and I try to include some vocab words. These are on your vocab list because I just added them. But in case you need them, you'll kind of need them for the question. So if you forgot the definitions, there they are. But the first part is you're kind of reflecting on your local economy. So if you're focusing specifically, let's say, on Council Bluffs, Iowa, you're going to be trying to think about what are some goods that you want or that you know people want that are missing within that community. Remember, a good is just something that you can buy. So like a physical product that would satisfy somebody's wants. Think about things that you find difficult maybe to get or buy locally. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, well, I can usually get whatever I want with, the invention of online shopping and shipping to my house. Try not to think about that. Think about things that are maybe it's something that you would buy online, but you can't get nearby. Those are actually goods that you could put that are missing in your area. So, like, for example, if I were to think of one, maybe it's like a fancy computer, There's not really a store nearby. I mean, in Omaha there is, but there's no Best Buy here anymore. So Council Bluffs, you could say, is missing a technology type store. We don't really have one that would sell me like a really fancy gaming computer, let's say, for example. I could buy one online like I did, or I could go to Omaha and get one, which I've done before to buy a computer, but there's not really an easy option. Hy-Vee, not Hy-Vee, Walmart, Target sell computers, but they're not like the fancy ones. I'm sure there's other stores I'm forgetting about that sell computers, like Sam's Club probably does too. But that could be something you could put as missing within our community as a good, for example. You're going to try and think of 5, and this could be kind of tricky, but just really think about what is something maybe you buy online or your parents buy online a lot that you can't get anywhere else, and that could be an easy way to think of some goods that are missing in our community. We can look at services as well. So services are just basically actions that satisfy people's wants or needs. So for example, maybe it's a certain kind of restaurant that we're missing or a certain activity. Like Omaha, for example, didn't get Topgolf until like last year, and a lot of people had wanted that before. If you think here in Council Bluffs or even Omaha, there really isn't like a really big like theme park at all. That could be a service that's missing, right? There's Adventureland in Des Moines. There's Worlds of Fun in Kansas City, but nothing that's a lot closer. Even like a really big water park. I mean, we have like the local pools and stuff, and there's a place in Omaha I can't remember the name of. It ain't gonna come to me, but we don't have like a big water park. That could be a service that people are missing. So try and think of 5 too. That one again, it's kind of tricky. So good luck. Why is this like that? Oh, I'll fix that because that bothers me now. And then the last part here, part 2, is now you're going to try and brainstorm some ideas for businesses. Now, if you've, as this unit has gone on, if you've already thought of ideas for businesses, you have an idea for a product you hypothetically want to make or whatever, you can put those down here. If you're struggling, I would just go back up to this list here of the missing goods or services and try and create a business around that. Maybe there's a certain kind of food that you like that's not sold here in Council Bluffs. Boom. There's a business. Like, is there a Korean barbecue? I know that's popular. I don't think there is one. Or there's some sushi places in Council Bluffs, but maybe it's a certain kind of food. Boom, I can make a restaurant out of that, and that could be my business idea. So try and come up with 5 of those based on now the 10 ideas, or 10 needs, I guess you could say, in our community if you're stuck. And then there's just 2 questions. So picking one of those ideas, try and write about, this is all messed up. I'm going to fix this. But here's the question. How would creating that business kind of meet that need or want in the community? Then the next one is using that same idea. How do you think that would be successful given the demographics that you researched, in the last assignment? And you can see I wrote some examples. So let's say I started an electric scooter company because we don't have any here in Council Bluffs. I think, that would help people get around if they want to save gas or just not, go farther distances and they want to walk. So that kind of meets that need. The demographics wise, most people are fairly young, and so they wouldn't, old people probably aren't going to do an electric scooter, but 19 to 64-year-olds probably would. The population also might want a cheaper way to get around than, say, an Uber or a taxi or things like that. And so that would help given our mean income and amount of poverty and things like that. So those are some ideas. Good luck. Hopefully that kind of will make sense and it'll give you some good ideas. Bye.